Hello, and welcome to the 222nd edition of Beer Issues. My name is Matt Burkert, and I'm coming to you live here from Casa de Burkert. We're going to be having another world-class beer from the brewery, which we've been having a couple of here, the Weihenstephan. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Actually, the brewery is just Weihenstephan. But all their beers say Stefaner, so it's very confusing, the whole thing. And I think I said that on every one of these. So they like to keep me guessing is what it boils down to. But today we're going to be having their world famous HefeWeissbier, or Hefeweizen. It is, just so you know, the #1 rated Hefeweizen in the world. So we are pouring it into a glass that carries the name here, which is awesome. I might have got a little bit heavy on my pour because you see the beautiful carbonation on this beer. The perfect color for a Hefeweizen. Everything about the beer is just absolutely beautiful, except for my over pouring the head a little bit here. But that'll chill out in just a little bit while we talk about it, okay? I might have got a little bit carried away. You always want a good head on a beer like this, but this is carried away, okay? So we'll give it a second, we'll let it subside, then we'll pour a little bit more beer in there, okay? So you see this beautiful golden, yet in the center kind of orangish type color here, which is classic Hefeweizen. You get a nice white head that's maintaining. As you can see, it's maintaining the head very well. And as it goes down a little bit, you'll see the nice lacing on the glass, which we've talked about. That's a sign of an excellent beer, okay? So the beer rates 98 out of 100, okay? 98 out of 100 for a wheat beer is phenomenal, because the wheat beers always get in the total rankings. I think they get not as much respect as maybe they should. But this is from the oldest brewery in the world. They've been brewing Hefeweizen, I think their original brewery was 723 or 25, something like that. And the one that's still running today that's producing this delicious beer is like 1050 AD, okay? So these people know what they're doing when it comes to making beer. That's why I think that when I see breweries where they don't get as high a rating as on great Hefeweizens, I'm always a little bit surprised. But this one is #1 rated in the world, and it's one of the highest rated beers. I think in the whole scheme of things, maybe 200 and something out of all beers. So it definitely got a good rating, and it's the #1 Hefeweizen. There's a lot of great German Hefeweizens out there, and to be #1 is not an easy feat. So now that came down a little bit, I'm just going to go ahead and just top this off, and then we're going to smell it and get going here. Oh, it's just heavenly. If you ever smelled a wheat beer, the best way I can explain it is you get almost a banana bread, like fresh banana bread, you might say, because it comes across, you get it like a hint of a banana, but then it's like a bready, kind of yeasty, weedy smell that is it's a wonderful smell. I mean, if you like beer, you like wheat beers, this is, all right. My eyes are rolling back in my head from smelling this, so we're gonna waste no time. I haven't had this beer in, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I haven't had this beer in at least almost 2 weeks. And it's been 2 weeks too long because it is a great beer. As a matter of fact, I got to start drinking this more often because I really, really do love it. And like most German beers, it's not outrageously crazy like when you get into some of the country's beers and you start drinking their better, higher end beers. they get like ridiculously expensive. It's where German beers are pretty consistent. You know, all the German Hefeweissens are very similar. It might be a couple dollars more, but in the whole scheme of things, it's really not that crazy. So let's go ahead and start drinking this. Wow. 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 That's all I can say. I mean, when you talk about the perfect style of a Hefeweizen, you would just put this beer in like in the description, because it is so perfect that all other beers should be rated based on this. Okay, this is a classic Hefeweizen. I mean, just absolutely perfect beer. Now, I've said before that I thought that the reason that I don't like this maybe as much as some other Hefeweizens I've had is only a personal taste, because there's one out there that I think that I might like even better than this, and I don't know. Tasting this right now, I would have to question that, because I am drinking this beer right now and it is perfection to style. Perfection to style. I mean, it is, you get the banana, you get the like light coriander, like clove. The reason I said previously, though, that there's others that, like Julius Echter Hefeweizen, it would be right up there for me. I mean, when you put these two next to each other, I'd have to do a blind taste test to see which one it is that I truly like best. But I think the Julius Echter, and the reason I say this, Julius Echter, for me, seems to have a little bit more flavor to it. Okay, not that this doesn't have a lot of flavor, because it does. It's a very flavorful wheat, but that one just has a little bit more flavor, and if I'm going to drink a Hefeweizen, I like a little flavor. But this, it is phenomenal. I'm going to have to, one of these days, I'm going to have to do the blind taste test. As a matter of fact, we're going to do a couple of blind taste tests. I've already thought about it. We're going to do one with Hefeweizens, where I'm going to get some of the best Hefeweizens, line them up, and we're just going to go and see which is the winner. And I'm going to do the same thing with Belgian Triples. Belgian quads are a little bit different, because there's such a variety in Belgian quads that I could probably taste it, which one's which, without even thinking about it. As to where the Belgian Triples, a lot of them are so similar, or the nuances of the beer are so, sometimes I don't know which one I like the best, to be honest with you. I think right now, if I go to Belgian Triples, I would have to say it's probably the West Malt red triple, which is the original, the West Malt, or the Golden Rock. I've lately just fallen in love with the Golden Rock original, which is a red triple. But anyway, there's so many good ones, I can't. But anyway, back to this beer. Now, this beer, absolutely outstanding. Another one of the great beers that we're having here. Now we've done the Dunkel, we've done the Weizenbach, and now we're doing this one, the regular Hefeweizen. There's a couple more great ones that we're still have yet to do, but every one of them rated 95 or above. You can't go wrong. So if you've enjoyed this, make sure you tell your friends about how much fun we're having talking about beer and drinking great beer, okay? Make sure they know about Beer Issues and sign up and subscribe, because we need more subscribers to Beer Issues. They can subscribe right on YouTube. And if they want cool Beer Issues gear, go to shop.beerissues.com. And as my wife likes to say, I have beer issues.